greater our knowledge increases, the greater our ignorance unfolds. The vast stretches of the unknown and the unanswered and the unfinished still far outstrip our collective comprehension.
Since cavers made a breakthrough in 2014 and discovered the southwest Splinter section, Jewel Cave has been expanding at an almost unprecedented rate, with more than 25 miles of newly discovered passage in just over 4 years. This has recently pushed the overall length of Jewel Cave to more than 200 miles. Getting to the Splinter section of the cave is a difficult trip filled with countless crawls, squeezes, and climbs that take many hours of travel through complex and physically challenging cave passages. To facilitate exploration in this area, West Camp was established in late 2014, which is roughly 4 hours of hard travel from the elevator in the visitor center. Exploration was so successful that it led to the establishment of Deep Camp near Hourglass Lake in late 2016, which is another 4 hours of travel beyond West Camp, and exploration beyond Deep Camp has gone so well that the southwestern boundary of the cave requires more than 4 additional hours of travel, with no end in sight. The Park Service has just approved establishing a third camp in the west branch of the cave that is near the boundary of exploration and out under Hell Canyon at the bottom of a 40-foot pit known as Call of the Void. A team including myself, Nick Anderson, Adam Weaver, and Dan Austin agreed to undertake the mission of carrying supplies all the way out to this new campsite, establishing the camp and water collector, and traveling all the way back out of the cave in just under 36 hours, covering a distance of more than 13 miles.
Garrett's in Alaska again this summer? Larry. Here's the deal. For Larry, I don't know what he does, but it sounds like he makes a fuck ton of money. He is the lead programmer for QGIS. Woo!
Glad you guys are having fun. Packing all the shit up in the Splinter, which probably took about 15 minutes.
Right, as soon as it changes.
Hey Olivia, this is for you. Try not to squirt it too much. This is his last time, but I got out of there.
Surely the opening vistas
of Jewel Cave.
promise high costs and hardships, as well as high reward. So it is not surprising that some would have us stay where we are a little longer, to rest, to wait. But this country of the United States was not built by those who waited and rested and wished to look behind them. The exploration of
Jewel Cave.
will go ahead, whether we join in it or not. And it is one of the great adventures of all time. And no nation which expects to be the leader of other nations can expect to stay behind. Yet the vows of this nation can only be fulfilled if we in this nation are first, and therefore we intend to be first. Our leadership in science and industry, our hopes for peace and security, our obligations to ourselves as well as others, all require us to make this effort, to solve these mysteries, to solve them for the good of all men, and to become the world's leading sparing nation. We set sail on this new sea because there is new knowledge to be gained and new rights to be won. But why, some say,
Jewel Cave.
why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? We choose to go to
Hell Canyon Camp.
We choose to go to
Hell Canyon Camp.
We choose to go to
Hell Canyon Camp.
in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. To be sure, we are behind, and will be behind for some time.
To Mammoth Cave.
But we do not intend to stay behind, and in this decade we shall make up and move ahead. Many years ago, the great British explorer George Mallory, who was to die on Mount Everest, was asked why did he want to climb it. He said because it is there. Well,
Jewel Cave.
it is there. And we're going to climb it. And new hopes for knowledge and peace are there. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked. Thank you.